What's up, what's up, what's up? We got to talk about this pump. I decided to go live instead of doing a pre-record. We're going to be talking some TA. Everybody get involved. Let's get it. Seems like 3 minutes is just too darn long. I'm shortening this up. We're going to be going live here in just a moment. We got to talk about what the heck is going on. Roll call time. Everybody in the room, throw up those lab coats, throw up those emojis, throw up some coins. We're talking charts here today. Let's get this going. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're tuned in from. My name is Kellam. Welcome to the BitLab. We're jumping right on into it today. I have an office upstairs above the BitLab. I'm actually sitting above it today. We have it set up still for interviews because I got some more interviews I'm doing this week. But let's jump right on into what we're talking about today. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. What is going on here? Look at this wick. Man, I was just in a meeting with another person here at Hit Network, and somebody walks in and goes, dude, we just broke $30,000. Look at this. What is this price level right here? All the way up to almost 30,649. We want to see what it is. All we've got to do is come right here, put our mouse over the candle, and look right up here where it says OHLC. That's open, high, low, close. Put our mouse over that, and looking up here with our mouse over it, we see the high was $30,675. Let me know if the audio, visual, everything is working well. If you can hear me, if you can see me, if you can feel me, because I'm feeling this price action movement. What are we talking about? I was saying last week, there's some volatility inbound. What do we see? We see volatility. And does this mean when it pumps, you immediately go in? No, in fact, I just talked about this only a couple days ago. If you did not watch on Discover Crypto, make sure you go and check out, I'm trying to pull it up right here. If you come over here to Discover Crypto, I did this video right here, best entry and exit points. I talk about breakout trades. This is exactly what I was talking about. I mean, to a T. on this move right here, yes, we have a little bit of a downtrend if you establish it just like this. Look at that. We broke it, broke through, found support, and pushed up. But look at this move. This is, man, this is a monster move only to come back down. What does this say for the stamina of the bulls? This is what we want to pay attention to. We want to pay attention to whether or not the bulls have stamina to continue the move to the upside, or if this shows that the bears are waking from a little bit of hibernation. The bulls tried to get a run out and the bears said, absolutely not. Come back here, sucker. And this is what we see. So we got to pay attention over the next 3 to 5 hours where the price action resolves to, because this shows strength followed by immediate weakness. So we got to pay attention. Let's get to a smaller candle here. We got a 1 hour candle. Look at that. Boom. If we come down, let's go to the 15-minute candle. Look at that. One 15-minute candle up. The next candle opened here. How do I know that? Because bearish candles open at the top and move down. But this means that this bearish candle, 15-minute candle, opened here, pushed up at some point within that 15 minutes, and then came back down. If we want to see at what point of that 15-minute candle that happened, let's go down a little bit smaller. Let's look at 5 minutes. 5-minute candle, that was all within the 5-minute candle. 3 minutes. Go. The 3-minute candle opened here, pushed up, closed here. And what do we say about this candle pattern? If we turn off the, actually, let's go to another chart. So look at this 3-minute candle. So on this exchange, this is Bitstamp. We have a little bit of almost a shooting star, not quite, but almost a shooting star here. And this is, you know, smaller body and a large wick to the top. That indicates the bulls tried and they failed. This is a expansion in momentum for bulls. This is a slow down in momentum for bulls, indicating something, change of trend on this time frame might happen. And what do we get? Immediate break back down right to where we were. So what does this say for the, I mean, look at this shooting star, boom, and then come right back down. So this is why it's important to pay attention to candles on multiple time frames. If you're looking at the daily candle, this, I mean, look at this. We were having a move up, huge move and back down. If we get back down to the 4 hour again, you see this is not looking super sexy. This is looking like the attempts are made and they're failing. So what does this say for Bitcoin? Well, I got to ask you, are you bullish or are you bearish on this sort of movement? Does this make you excited that we're getting that break above 30, or does it bring you worry? Let me know in the comments right now in the live chat. If you're watching later, drop a comment down below. Is this indicative of, to you, and nobody's right or wrong, but for you and your analysis, does this indicate to you that we're more likely to be pushing up from here? The bulls are just trying to clear the brush so they can run a little bit faster? Or does this say to you that the bulls tried and they failed and we're likely coming down? Let me know your. Still got the cough. That's okay. Looking at this chart, let's zoom out of this chart a little bit. Let's go out to the daily. Let's get some context where we're at here. Now on the daily chart, what did we do? What did we accomplish with this move? Because there's always something that's being done. Maybe it's laying the groundwork for something in the future. Well, in this case, look, we did break this high. We did break these lows, and we got all the way where we almost took out the wick highs of this previous range right here, which essentially, if we see this, it's we couldn't quite clear it, but we are doing the work to get up there. As it stands right now, as it stands right now, we still have this sort of bizarre sort of support that we did fall through, but we came back up inside. So what we want to see today, if we are bullish, what we want to see today is, let's look at this wick. It came back down, great. But what does this candle tell us? One, we got a lot of volume here. Great. Candle broke back through this resistance, the support that was, basically fell through. We did not confirm it as resistance. So now that we're back above it, we can consider that there's likely some support below us if the bulls can hold it above this level. This level, if we come straight back down, is right at 27,555. That means 555 bull. Can you hear me? Can you keep it up? That's what we're looking for if we're a bull. If This is a phone call to the bears. 27,555 bears. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? If the bears feel this, they're going to lose this level and come down. Now, if this does work its way out, for instance, let's go to the 4-hour candles. If this does kind of bounce around here, great. Maybe we find a consolidation in this range. Now, look at this broader sort of basically ascending triangle, flat level of support, somewhat flat. Some could argue that maybe there's actually a rising wedge forming. But being that we have this level of support right here, these levels of resistance, I'm going to lean towards this being potentially a ascending triangle with a flat level of support above us. And as it stands, we did break out above it. We're back inside this. Are we going to sort of ping pong in here for a few more candles, or potentially all the way out until, what is this, October 26th? I don't think it's going to make it all the way over here without choosing a direction. But I'm looking for a little bit of interaction here, or maybe a couple candles and then a large move, or just a big move out of this. The fact that this failed makes me lean a little bearish, but this is basically back within a bullish structure. So again, like we've been seeing for what it feels like an eternity, we're back into, we're not even back into, we are still sustaining that uncertain range, that uncertain characteristic of market direction. Now let's go ahead and zoom out on this. Let me go ahead and turn on my brightness. Why is it so dark? Save. Now it's going to come right here to totals. Totals is I have basically a different chart set up just to look at a bunch of stuff. Look at this. Through all that move actually gave a pump to Bitcoin. This was not a broader market pump. There are going to be some coins that pumped, yes, but Bitcoin had a dominance pump within this as well. That's on a 3-day. Let's go to the 4-hour. We got the same thing here. Okay, now let's look at total 3. We did get a little bit of a pump here, but the difference here is look at this large support, lost it. Look at this rejection, flipping this. We don't want to see this for alts. Flipping the previous support to potential resistance. Does this indicate further downside for the bears? Let me know, everybody in the comments right now. I see we got Elliot Locke, Alexander G, Quarter Crawler, Red Elephant, Brad Goddell. Oh man, Tyler Durden. We got the whole crew. Crimson Caravan. I think Crimson's girlfriend's in here too. Amon Perry, Crypto Curly, Floyd. What's up, Bro Koshi No Dinero? We got everybody in the house. What are your thoughts? Is this confirming that the alts are about to break back down further, or are they going to run with Bitcoin when Bitcoin comes? Starts pushing up. As it looks right now, we're looking here on the daily. This did get a rejection, but we do have the stochastic, the VWAP is angled up, stochastics angled up, RSI angled up. We got a lot of bullishness here on the daily chart on the BitLab dashboard here on the trend fuel, showing that things are leaning more bullish. We have the momentum rolling. What does it look like on the 4-hour? 4-hour might tell a different story. Look at this. We had that sort of potential candle reversal pattern, expansion and bullish momentum to the upside. We have essentially a little bit of a hammer candle, a little bit of a hanging man, hammer candle indicating expansion and bullish momentum, the loss of that momentum. And then look at this, a bit of a shooting star, and we're actually breaking lower here. And we're not seeing volume carry into that. So what do we see here? Stochastics quite high, up at 87%, 78, about 80%. If we zoom in on this, look at this. RSI is angled down. Momentum's still expanding to the upside, lagging a little bit, but the VWAP's angled down. The RSI is angled down. The stochastics are starting to angle down. We're starting to get a little bit more of a mixed. It's not bullish. It's some bullish, some bearish, and some neutral, but this is a change of pace from what we were seeing on that daily setup. You see here, mostly bullish and angled up. We're going to have to see how this plays out over the next 3 or 4 hours, maybe 6 hours. But my point with all this is, just like the thumbnail indicated, is this a trap? I think this is a little bit of a trap. We do see some interesting things though. We see the whales. The whales have accumulated $3.2 million in the 48 hours leading up to the pump that started yesterday. And not only that, look at this. Whales have accumulated 20,000 Bitcoin since the beginning of October. So they are starting to layer it. We're starting to see some smart money layering into these zones. We also see a couple big things this week. We got U.S. building permits. We got to see what direction the housing, this forecasting for the housing market's going to go. Housing sales as well. Tesla earnings report. Why do we care about this if we trade Bitcoin? Because all those things that he said needed to be met for them to put Bitcoin back on their balance sheet have been met. And one of the main ones really is the Bitcoin clean energy for mining to surpass over 50% of mining power that is, the power used for mining is green energy. There's many reports that suggest that. Are we going to see Bitcoin back on the balance sheet of Tesla? If so, maybe there's some people with this is all speculation. Maybe there's some people with some inside information, or maybe other people are just looking at this, trying to get in position. Are we going to see Bitcoin back on Tesla's balance sheet? If so, that would suggest a high likelihood of pumpage to the Maximus. And so we got to pay attention to that, but we can't trade just on the speculation. Hedge yourself before you, wreck yourself. This is looking like it's trying. This is Bitcoin on the two-hour chart. Let's actually go over to this chart right here. We're going to go right here. Zoom out before you zoom in. All right, look at this. Came down, bouncing around in these order blocks, pushed up. Look at this momentum wave. Pushed up. Let's look at the BitLab intelligence. Two bullish divergences just preceding this. Look, Chaikin money flow, momentum, and the momentum had a bullish divergence. And it's finding support on this. And we got the W pattern. Boom, 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 boom. We broke above it, held support at the top. What am I talking about here, Kelly? What the hell are you talking about? Well, for you beginners out there, W pattern. In this case, it's almost a triple bottom, but we'll call this a W pattern right here. Double bottom. Bears attempt, bulls bring it back up. Bears attempt again, higher low. Look at these wicks, higher low. And then we break up and we break above this neckline. And then what happens across all of this? Bouncing on this neckline, holding above this, suggesting likely break to the upside. And look at this, being held right under this trend signal line, part of the BitLab intelligence. Once we break through this, boom, then not only is it all systems go for this pumpage, we also break above this high here, and that would have been my entry right there because one, we broke through this, found support, and what do? We break when we take out the previous high right there. We talked about this 20-minute video talking about all of these signs that you look for when you're trying to catch those breakouts. If you haven't watched this yet, go and watch this. Let me see if I can copy link address. Go ahead and watch this right here. Boom, boom, boom. That will get you in the know. And if you haven't yet, make sure you head over to BitLab Academy on this screen that will load at some point because the internet is so goddamn slow. Make sure you come and check out BitLab Academy if you haven't yet. Get involved with the data so you know how you can stack these trades in your favor. Now, okay, sorry, I'm doing a different setup here. There we go. Make it pretty. Enroll right here. You can still use Give Me 30. Let's go ahead and look at some other things on the charts. Okay, we got this full pumpage map right here telling us what was going to happen. So, did you take advantage of it? Did any of you take this trade? Look at this. Established order block here on the BitLab volume. Found support in the order block. Found support on top of the order block. There were so many different things here. We have the triangle here on the momentum wave here on the BitLab trend fuel. All this part of the trading stack. This BitLab volume, this BitLab intelligence with all the moving averages and the bullish and bearish and divergences, all this alpha data, volume coming up. We got the momentum is curved over with the stochastics starting to angle up here. Look at this. Look at this strength coming in here with the momentum wave angled up. And then we get the bullish divergences trigger. If you want to be conservative, as I said, right here with the breakout, all the leading things were here, the setup, the support, the confirmation, multiple confirmation. We got the data we needed to take this trade. What does Ethereum look like? How did Ethereum fare in this? Similar. What do we see on Ethereum? We're looking right here on Ethereum. We've got expansion to the upside, and then we got a spinning top and another spinning top, kind of shooting star here. Look at this. This is suggesting to me we're going to come back down. Does this mean we're going to come back down and break down? That's not what I mean. What I mean by this is the bears are going to take a shot here. The question is going to be, what kind of shot do the bears take? Do the bears take the shot back down into this region right here? Let's see. The lows here, the highs here, and all this sort of zone right here. So we can kind of go like this, or we can come down here to the box. We can say, what's in the box? Just like this. Are the bears going to come back down here, find support somewhere in this region? Also, which by this point, the BitLab trend signal line will be up in here. This 20 moving average will be up in here. Look at this. We have the point of control, which is this teal line, auto-populated from the BitLab volume. Are we going to find support somewhere in this region on Ethereum? 1563 to 1567, maybe a little lower, maybe even as low as 1550. If we do come back down and bounce anywhere here and start pushing up, excellent sign. If we do lose this level and come back down, it starts getting a bit worried. Bears may be back in control. What does ADA look like? ADA, how you looking, girl? Same thing. Expansion to the upside. Look at these double spinning tops. A lot of volatility within this. The bulls just cannot take control. So same thing. If this does come back down, it's not the end of the world. They're trying to test your liquidity both directions. So what do we look for? This level right here. Why? Because we have a bounce here. We have a rejection, 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 rejection. So if this were to come back down into this region and stays above 24.8 cents, wonderful. We're staying above this previous range highs. If we can hold above this. If we lose this level, then, you know, I will say it doesn't necessarily mean it's going back down. I'm feeling more and more like they're just trying to take liquidity in both directions. So if this is the case, maybe we got this to the upside. Are we going to get a little bit of liquidity test to the downside, but range? We got the levels to watch. Pull up this BitLab trading stack if you haven't yet. We have not looked at the GRT in some time. What does GRT look like? Well, look at that. Push all the way up to this previous range and rejection back down. And it's starting to round a little bit. So if this cannot hold above this zone right here, 817, then we're looking at this level down here, 8 cents. Okay, Adam, what are you looking like, girl? Look, this doesn't even look anything like what the Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano chart look like. Attempt and right back down. This is looking actually relatively weak. It does look a little bit like it's starting to range. And we also have a bit of, I don't know if this is, let's see. We got a little bit, oops. We got a little bit of, okay, we're in this range right here. If we failed up, I think this is going to test to the downside. AVAX, how you looking? Push up, rolling over, this same thing. They're all the same. Look at this charts. Look at where the previous range consolidated. And if it cannot hold above this zone, then it may actually spell a little bit of worry. So last things before we go, I'm going to be doing TA over on BitLab, on Discover Crypto. So head over to Discover Crypto after this. Come and show some love. We got in such an incredible crew, such an incredible family here at Discover Crypto. So many different creators. This is a content creator driven family. I hope to see you over there. We're going to break down. There's a lot of news stories we have this morning talking about a lot of stuff going on with bank runs in China, stuff going on with new liquidity coming in from China as well. Are we going to see this graph right here? Are we going, that's not the graph I wanted to pull up right here. Are we going to see this global liquidity graph? Are we going to see this starting to tick up? Because if we do see this bullish divergence right here, flat price action with Bitcoin, huge bullish push up on the liquidity. Are we going to start seeing some liquidity come into the markets? If so, that could be very big. And we want to pay attention to what's going on because this is a large attempt that's come back down. Let's go back down to the 5 minute and see how this is playing out. Okay. What do we do? Here's a 5 minute. Before we go, we're going to take a Fibonacci, our favorite Uncle Fib, drop from the top. Oops. Drop from the top to the bottom right there. We're going from this top to this bottom. These are the levels we're watching. We have this order block right above us, the 382 Fib, 28,858, 28,583. Watch 28,580. Okay. If we rejected this level, bears are in control of this move again, and they're bringing it back to this consolidatory range. Likely a liquidity washout to the downside, another trap back up. If we do break this out, look, this is interesting. The golden pocket is right where this reversed over, and right where we had the stopping volume. So this is going to be a point of interest, right at 29,000, 29,100. Pay attention to this. It's looking like we're getting some volatility. There's going to be a lot of price action, sort of movement here. Don't get trapped. Use your skills. Wait for confirmations of the move. That's all I got for you. Everybody, throw your lab cups up in chat right now. I love you all. Before we go, my main man, Lewis B. By the way, Cade, I am so sorry. I got you taken care of today, and so are you, Crimson Caravan. We've had a lot going on. Before we go, I do want to just say, look at this. Quant, liquidity, both directions here. 1 hour. Look at this. Oh, man, this is looking like it tested liquidity both directions. I'd be keeping my eye on this. This is looking quite bearish. This is looking like it might come back down into the 86.74 sort of zone. If we can't hold that, then back down. But this is, everything's sort of resting on a hair trigger right now. So everybody be patient, be kind to yourself through using strategies so you can consistently deliver profits. If you haven't yet, make sure you head over to BitLab Academy. Follow us here, youtube.com/BitLab Academy. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, I don't know what you're doing. Hit that like button and make sure you check out BitLab Academy. Enroll, join us in our community on Discord. We got one of the best communities in Discord in all of crypto. All of it's in here with the all access membership. You get the premium Discord as well, to access to all the channels, all the different charts. We have pro traders in here. It's not just me. We have a lot of other people that I learned from. We got such a great thing. So I love you all. I appreciate you. I got to head over to Discover Crypto. Adios, muchachos, over and out. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in.